And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Movie Entertainment. With me, your host, Jonathan, once again bringing you my thoughts and review for tonight's episode of Black Lightning Season 3, Episode 9. Now, the one thing I was very confused about this episode of Black Lightning, and Black Lightning has been great all season, is the fact that we all know Black Lightning is going to be a part of the crisis. And although we got glimpses of we got pretty much, this whole episode was a crisis episode, but it was all built into its own thing, because they don't understand what's going on. They didn't have the other guys cameo into their show, but I just don't understand. My one thing I don't understand is why wasn't this, part 3 of Crisis? If they could have just said this is part 3 and make it a 6-night event, and have this is part 3, and then just have them do their own thing. That's the one thing. It's titled Crisis. That's always called, something Crisis. It was titled that, but I just don't get why it wasn't titled Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 3. Because even though it was standalone by itself, it was its own episode, it still had to deal with the crisis. And of course, we got to see Jennifer literally go through a problem of her own. She's trying to struggle with the fact that her father's been telling her, listen, honey, Odell, he bad news, and Odell's been telling her, hey, listen, I'm trying to help your father, but he ain't listening to me. You're like the only person who in your family who's listening to me about how the Sokovias are trying to take over, and we're trying to protect them, and all this and that. And then, of course, the red clouds come from the crisis. She gets zapped, and then she ends up in different Earths where one side, Jennifer, is kind of like, she did some hero things, and she got locked up for it. She became, one of the test people where she had the power and dampener collar. She was locked up like her father. And then her father, spoiler for the episode tonight, something, I take it back. I'm not going to spoil this part. But something happens to her father in this time period or Earth period that she's in. Then she goes to another Earth where it's just called Jen's Earth 2. That's what they call it. Jen's Earth 1 and Jen's Earth 2. Where she goes to Earth 2 and she meets another version of herself. And she's all like, power is the best thing. I'm doing what's best for me, but yet best for what's right for Freeland in her own sadistic way. And I thought that was very interesting how they did that, and I really liked the 3 different Jennifers. Jennifer's trying to figure out what's going on and how her life is very confusing at this time, while one Jennifer's just lost her life, literally, and then of course her other life where she's kind of like an evil dictator, where she's like, yeah, I got the power. People fear me. There was a point in the episode where she attacks her own family because she was so powerful and she can do whatever the heck she wants. And I thought that was pretty interesting. Overall, another good episode. I feel like it was just a bad episode for the crisis because, yes, it had to do with the crisis, but it was just mostly to build up for Jefferson to go into the crisis problem, which was kind of like they just shoehorned him into it. They kind of rushed it, I feel like if they would have, when they first introduced, Black Lightning characters, I really wish they would have maybe the multiverse exists, or there are other heroes out there, kind of like us, but we don't know. I really wish they were Easter eggs, but, this was the first time we're going to see Black Lightning team up with everybody, but I feel like they just kind of shoehorned him into the universe itself. It's like, okay, Black Lightning, you're by yourself, but we kind of want you with everybody else is playing in this playground, Black Lightning is in his own sandbox. He's having fun. He's got his team. He's got his family. He's got Freeland in one side. But, the Antimatter and everybody, who runs the CW world, they're like, Black Lightning, you're lonely. We get it. We want to bring you over here so you can play with the big boy team. And, of course, the ending shows that Black Lightning's universe, which we technically still don't know which universe it is. It just says, it's Earth 1 or something like that. It gets wiped out. It's gone, no more. So we lost Jen. We lost Anissa. We lost Gamby. We lost pretty much everybody in Freeland. Black Lightning's wife. all gone. That Earth is no longer existed, and Black Lightning just got zapped into pretty much tomorrow's episode of Flash, which she's probably going to be a part of, which is cool and all, and I liked it, but I feel like if it would have built up to Black Lightning, him being aware, he should have been in last year's crossover. I felt like they should have at least introduced him into that universe. Get information, or he just accidentally meets them. Maybe Gammy was working on a creation or something, and he accidentally breaks the multiverse, and he finds out there's other universes out there. I thought that would have been cool. That could have been fun to oh yeah, Black Lightning is teasing us now. They just teased us now that. Oh yeah, he's part of the world now. Let's just drag him into it. I mean, listen, I hope he ends up having a cool big part tomorrow's episode of The Flash, or whenever he shows up. I'm pretty sure it is the Flash episode. I just don't want him to be, oh yeah, here's Black Lightning, he'll do some things, but yeah, stay in the background. You're not going to do the rest. Now, what was the point of having him in this universe? It's like, he shouldn't have just been his own damn thing. But what can he do? Overall, the episode itself is just focusing on Jennifer struggling with herself and, trying to figure out certain things. I thought that stuff was good. The whole stuff about the crisis stuff was just kind of shoehorned into it. So I was like, whatever, what can I do? But overall, good episode. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about it. Do you guys think they rushing this with Black Lightning? Do you think they should have just built him up slowly from the other previous seasons? Or you think it was just, no, it's fine. Leave me a comment below. Let me know. Thank you very much and have a good night.